With us now is Michelle Hall Duncan. We're going to be talking about enCourage Kids Foundation. Welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you so much for having me, Donna.
You're
This is
welcome.
an awesome experience.
We met through a mutual friend.
Yes.
And she told me all about you, and I said, please have her come on as my guest. Today's been an interesting show because we had Tony, and Justin, and now we have you, Michelle, and you're all celebrating life, doing good things for the community.
Yep.
Tell us a little bit about the background, how you got started and how you got involved with enCourage Kids.
So I actually started as a volunteer for the organization. I was volunteering for about 4 years, and serendipitously, I lost my job, which might sound like a bad thing, but I lost my job because our company was taken over by another company, and I had the opportunity to move to Dallas or to stay in New York and take their severance package. So I chose New York instead. And one of the young ladies that worked at the foundation was also going on maternity leave. They said, can you take over for her for 3 months? I said, absolutely, I'll look for a job, it'll be great. And that was 23 years ago.
My goodness.
Yeah.
Now, enCourage Kids Foundation, what is it that you do? How is it structured? Who does it help?
enCourage Kids Foundation helps sick kids in the hospital setting. What we do is seek to humanize healthcare for kids and their families. Being in the hospital is extraordinarily difficult for adults. So imagine that you're a little kid and you have to go into the hospital for surgery or an emergency or an extended illness, and you have no idea what's happening to you. What we try to do is help everyone in the hospital that's on the front line, the child life specialists, the doctors, the nurses, with the things that they need that insurance doesn't cover to help those children and their psychosocial well-being. In other words, we're trying to make hospitals a better place to get better.
Now, Michelle, you personally, did you ever get your adenoids taken out, your tonsils out? Did you ever have an experience as a little girl?
I did.
Tell me about that
experience. That's a great question.
Okay.
Yes. I had a spinal tap
Okay.
when I was about 9 years old, and I remember it like it was yesterday. A cold, sterile hospital setting, being taken to a room, asked to lay on my side and curl up, and then the nurse lay her body over mine and said, the doctor's going to stick a needle in your back, and if you move, you might be paralyzed. Can you imagine the trauma and the fear that I felt? And now, you fast forward over 45 years later, and we have such incredible people in the hospitals, bright, beautiful spaces, some of them that enCourage Kids has helped to create, so the kids don't have to feel that type of fear and anxiety that I felt as a little girl.
And it is scary, and all I had was my adenoids taken out,
Wow.
but I was even scared. But I remember somebody bringing me a couple of gifts. One was a candle that was like in a Coke glass that looked like a glass of Coca-Cola with straws sticking out with fake little wax ice cubes. I still have that.
Really?
Because it was like that little special something.
Yes.
And I remember getting the most glorious floral arrangement that looked like a milkshake, like a strawberry milkshake, and it had pink and white carnations.
Yep.
And you're right, it's those little touches of happiness or kindness or, maybe a new coloring book or something that just kind of helps you get through the scary part.
Absolutely. And so we're bringing things into the hospitals like music therapy and art therapy. We just funded facility dogs at a hospital in San Francisco. So can you imagine a child with a very serious illness being able to interact with a very well-trained pet? Helps to bring their heart rate down, calm them down, also calms parents down. Can you imagine having your child in the hospital? You are so powerless at that moment. And so all of the things that we try to give to the hospitals so that they can do a better job at helping these kids cope, it's just a tremendous opportunity. I love it.
Over the 23 years, do you yourself get a chance to make some hospital visits?
I do.
Good.
And it's always wonderful for me because it really brings me back to the work. Having basically gone up through the ranks, you do get separated from the programs and the direct contact with the kids. So it's always wonderful to go into the hospital, and I'll go in with my heels on and my dress and sit down in a little baby chair and color with the kids. And it just brings me such great joy to be able to do that.
Well, congratulations on your wonderful journey thus far.
Thank you.
We celebrate you. We wish you all the best success.
Thank you.
And people could make a donation no matter where they are in the world by going to your website, right?
Yes, they can absolutely go to encourage-kids.org, see more of what we do, and thank you so much for having me, and I'd love to hear from your audience and just have them see what we're doing out here.
Well, congratulations. It was really great to have you.
Thank you.
Yay, enCourage Kids.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Michelle Hall Duncan, and that's why we do what we do. If you're having a great time watching this show, we would love to hear how we inspire you, because you inspire us. Stay tuned. We've got another great guest coming up next.